Welcome to the United Man. This is the Leeds versus Manchester United review. What a game! What a game! This literally was shades of old school Premier League football. Attack, we attack, we attack, we attack, then you attack. Loved it. Loved watching this game. I'm trying to think of the last game that I witnessed where there was just so much attacking football. Now, for where we are in the league position now, which we'll get onto a little bit later on, I just wanted to say we needed that performance today. Manchester United as a club, as a team, we absolutely needed a performance like that. Notice I'm not saying result, performance. Performance is a key because we can get results, but just scraping results by the skin of our teeth. Now, we've just gone and seen Liverpool bag 7. Now, I'm thinking, okay, so that's why they're more than likely going to go on and retain the title. Who else is doing that in the league? We just had a 0-0 ball draw against City at our last Premier League home game. So the fact that we've responded in kind of against Leeds, who's been playing, everyone's been enjoying their football as of late. For me, I think realistically, we've got to be, quite proud of that. As Roy Keane says, or said, I should say, I think United will put Leeds in their place today, and we duly did. And I feel like we got to be proud of that. We have to be proud of that. I'm literally looking at, Roy Keane is one of Manchester United's biggest critics because he holds himself or held himself at the highest accountability when he played for Manchester United, hence being the Man United legendary captain that he is and was. So that being said, for Roy Keane to come out and say, yeah, that was an absolute fantastic performance today, goes a long way. Now, I have to say, we look like scoring on every attack. We just look like breaking them down every single time. Look like they couldn't hang with our speed, our creativity. Our counter attack is absolutely dangerous. Our counter attack is absolutely fluid. That teams decide that they want to come at us, which plays into our hands. Which ultimately, I think, I think we have to accept. It's a very successful way of us playing football. We still have yet to do the whole breaking down of teams when we've got the majority of possession. But when teams like Leeds come out and try and play against us, try and play through us almost, and leave gaps for us to counter, we're absolutely devastating, absolutely clinical. Quick, sharp passing we had early on as well. Not to mention, obviously, where we won the ball high up the pitch for Scott McTominay's first goal. And then wham bang, thank you, man. He's in there for a second, looking like Zinedine Zidane and Rivaldo and all those guys. But no, I'm loving the fact that he's got the confidence to go and express himself. That's what we want. We want players to express themselves. And you see after he scored those 2 goals, his confidence levels were absolutely sky high. And what he was putting off, I've never seen him play like that before. Scott McTominay, I'm one of the biggest critics, realistically, just purely because I don't feel like when the way he's been playing, like I said, today was his best performance in a Manchester United shirt. So the way he's been playing previous, I couldn't say why I could see him as a start or justify him starting. So yeah, for me, I'm just like, come on, man, you know what I mean? You've got to be realistic. He's not the type of player on previous performances that should be starting for Manchester United. I have to say today, obviously Leeds had a lot of possession as expected. I'm literally flabbergasted with Scott McTominay's performance today. I just don't feel like I've seen him put in that level of quality performance at all. I think defensively, we still look very, very, very shaky, as we have done for the past few seasons now. We could have conceded, it felt like we could have conceded 6 today. Now, one of the stats that I didn't like was the fact that Leeds had 3 shots on target and scored 2 of them. not the greatest stat in the world, I know, but it's just one of those where you got to be like, okay, we'll take it because we're banging in goals at the other end. Put it that way. So not too harp on the negatives. Again, back to Scott McTominay. That's the best I've ever seen him play. You know, the confidence in the lad from when he got his 2 goals. He was like a different player, taking players on, gliding past him, jumping over the riding tackles. I just feel like, you know, confidence is huge in footballers, in sports in general, but he looked like a different player today after scoring them 2 goals. The first goal was a brilliant take, a la Scholes, and the second goal as well, you know, running into the box, getting past the forwards. A brilliant layoff by Martial. It was absolutely brilliant for Scott McTominay today, with his contribution. Now, normally, and I want to touch on that choice of who Ollie picked today. It's a bit of a masterstroke from Ollie today, and I'll tell you why. Scott McTominay and Fred and Daniel James, those 3 technically are probably the least in terms of the technical ability in our squad in their positions. However, them 3, what they have in common is their work rate, desire, determination, and the ability to press the other teams high up the pitch, as you saw, for multiple goals or opportunities, I should say. So that being said, yeah, I think we expressed ourselves very, very well. It was a very open game. I thought Leeds would have their opportunities, but yeah, we played to our strengths. We literally played to our strengths. But I do have to say, the way Leeds play and played, they kind of played into our hands. Not taking anything away from our performance, but as I said, Leeds, the way they play and played, kind of played into our hands. Listen, taking nothing away from them boys. Absolutely loved it. 6-2 scorcher, as it says there in the title, which it was just an absolute scorcher. What I suppose with McTominay, Fred, and Dan James in contrast, what you lose with them guys starting is the ball retention. So in terms of possession, that's why the game ended 41% possession for us, 59% for Leeds. The fact that, you know, the tiki-taka football, it doesn't really come about as often or as fluently or as naturally when you've got Fred, McTominay and Daniel James starting. The range of passing, I suppose, that's one of the minuses. But like I said, the pluses, the work rate, desire, determination and the press. And that showed out today because Leeds obviously like to try and play football. We was closing them down high up the pitch, winning the ball high up the pitch, creating opportunities, breaking on them when we was winning the ball from deeper. And yeah, I have to give Ollie credit today because for me, Ollie's selection would have surprised a lot of people. And yeah, all credit to Ollie, I will say. Matt's in the house. What's going on, Matt? Rushy, best performance by McTominay I've seen. Couldn't have put it better. Honestly, Rushy, that I was just reiterating the fact that he's put in that type of performance today just showed out. I'm happy for the kid because obviously, what is he, 24, 25, and you know he should be in the prime, and which he seems to be. So yeah, I'm really happy for him as well, to be fair. Maguire and Lindelof much more solid today. I agree. We'll get into that Maguire and Lindelof's solidity today. I'm gonna go through basically the ratings of each player. So we'll go through that shortly as well. And but like you said there, Rushy, I do agree. Their performances was a lot more solid today for sure. Ollie put in Dan James was inspired. Maybe all these people saying Ollie has no tactics has to rethink. And listen, I've never said Ollie's has no tactics, but I did say sometimes tactically he has been outcoached. And that has proven to be the case on a few opportunities, but I would never say he doesn't have tactics or the ability to change based on game situations, which he clearly showed today. I'd like him to be able to, you know, put that into context a bit more often, and you know, those type of performances being put forward or those type of players being selected based on the games and game situations. That's what I'd like to see take place a bit more, because we can see how effective it can be. Not all of the games will go like it did today. I really didn't. What was funny was I didn't feel like we were ever safe, even when we were 3-0 up, 4-0 up. I never felt like we were safe. I was always like on the edge of my seat, like, you know, I never felt safe in that game, unfortunately. But that comes with the territory, unfortunately, and I'd like to say we got our we got our just rewards, I believe, because we went and played our type of football. Leeds naturally, as I said in my preview, Leeds naturally will have more possession because that's the way they play possession football, high octane football. But we exploited them, and you know they played into our hands really, based on, like I say, our strengths, I should say. What I did want to touch on the some of the tactics as well. I say tactics, stats, I should say. Get rid of that and that. Don't know if you can see that properly, but I'll read through it anyway. Very, very interesting, I thought, for this game. In terms of the possession, as I've already mentioned, but the shots as well. 26 shots for us, 17 for Leeds, 14 on target for us, 6 goals, 3 on target for Leeds, and 2 goals. That's a very, very, very high conversion rate for Leeds, obviously. Leeds completed 471 passes to our 347. Passing accuracy was 83% from Leeds and 76% from us. As I mentioned earlier, some of the pros and cons of having McTominay and Fred starting is just that. The passing accuracy, the amount of passes made is going to obviously be relinquished by Pogba not starting alongside Bruno Fernandes maybe. And maybe Matic playing them simple passes to Pogba. But, like I said, Ollie done really well with his selections today. And the amount of corners, 11 corners for us and 13 for Leeds, so 24 corners all in all, which, you know, doesn't happen too often. So yeah, don't know how well you could see that on the screen, but let's have a look and check out the league table as well. Now, as it stands, now before I go into it, one thing that did worry me was the amount of goals we have conceded, which is 21 goals. We've scored 28 goals, which is the second most in the league. 28 goals is the second most in the league right now. Now, obviously, there's some games that need to be played behind us. Man City, Chelsea, West Ham, Wolves, Aston Villa, I said Newcastle, not so much, or even Wolves. But in terms of 28 goals we've scored against Liverpool's 36, we would have been closer had they not scored that 7. But the stat that troubles me is we have conceded in 13 games. We've conceded 21 goals in 13 games. Now Burnley, who are at the top of the relegation zone, makes it sound nice, in 18th position, they have conceded 18 goals. So we have conceded more goals than a team that's in relegation effectively, with 21. That's all the teams below us. Apart from maybe Crystal Palace and Leeds now, and Newcastle, they've conceded more than us. But that's, you know, that doesn't make for good reading. A team that's in relegation has conceded less goals than us. But we are second in the scoring chart, which is encouraging. I just feel like for us to get close to winning or talk about winning the league, realistically, we have to stop conceding so many goals. 21 goals in 13 games. So as I say, just to reiterate, for us to be able to talk about, like I say, titles, that kind of stuff. Listen, we went on our next game in hand. Obviously, we're second in the league, because obviously Leicester are second at the moment with 27 points. We've got a game in hand on them. We've obviously leapfrogged Everton today with goal difference. But for title talk, we have to stop conceding goals. City just went on a 6-game run of conceding no goals. That was a record for them. So for us to be able to talk title, we have to stop conceding so many goals. 21 goals. Like I said, that's more goals than Burnley, who are in the relegation zone. So before we start talking title, people, let's make sure we stop conceding goals. Let's go back to the comments then as well. I'll go back to this one actually from Rushy. Don't forget, Bielsa is a top tactician. Oli deserves huge credit. As was mentioned before, Rushy, absolutely agree with you there, mate. Bielsa is no joke, literally in terms of his tactics as well. Fred won 5 out of 5 tackles and completed 2 out of 2 take-ons versus Leeds today. Love those stats there, Rushy. Red 92 win a game in hand and will be in the mix. Couldn't agree more. We will be in the mix, but consistency's sake, that's what I'm talking about, conceding goals or stopping conceding goals, because for us to be able to be consistent, we will score goals. We will score goals. But for us to be in the mix properly and for the long haul, we do need to stop conceding so many goals every single game. Rashi says we need a top centre back in January. I couldn't agree more, but I just don't know if they're going to invest, because we've got Tedamengi, Tuanzebe, Eric Bailly still in the books, but it's injury prone. I don't know if they're going to go and invest in a centre back. Completely agree. We need a top class centre back. We need it desperately because we look so shaky at the back all the time. But I don't know if they'll invest in January. That's not normally where the top deals are done. But Rushy, I completely agree with you, mate. We do need to go and make that happen if we can. Wasn't that long ago we were getting beat by Brighton, so we are now on a great one. Great point there, Red 92. That's a fantastic point. And just to remind us in our dealings and going forwards, we were getting beat by them teams. We were getting beat by your Southamptons and your Burnleys 2-0 and stuff like that. Bournemouth, who are now in the Championship, we were getting beat by those teams not too long ago. And that's a very good point there. So we do need to remember that. Red Knight 2 says attack, just like old school Fergie days. Love that. Yes. So if we go back to, I did wanna get you guys take on the man of the match. Now, I'm just Scotty Too Hotty bagging a brace. Scotty Too Hotty is what I've given Scott McTominay as a nickname now, purely because after he bagged those 2 goals, he was going around strutting his stuff like he was too hot, doing all that stuff, Scotty Too Hotty. I'm going to give him that nickname from now on, Scotty Too Hotty. He played well, really well, man in the match, best performance as we've been saying. I'd just like to see that a bit more from him. I'd like to see that consistently from him, and he'll, you can then start talking about the conversation about starting for him. So let's see. Let's go on to the performances now. As you can see, I've gone with Scott McTominay as my man in the match. I've given De Gea a 6. Maguire and Lindelof 6.5. They were very solid today, but because we did concede those 2 goals, I mean, the second goal from Leeds is not a great deal you can do about that. That's more the midfield closing down as well. But I feel like the rest of the season they've been playing out of 5, 4.5 maybe. Sure, didn't do anything wrong, didn't do anything great, so he got a 6 as well. Wan-Bissaka, I think he put his foot in, got blocked a lot of crosses today. So for me, that's why I'll give him McTominay the highest scoring out of the defence. De Gea couldn't do much about the second goal. The first goal, that's why I've probably dropped Lindelof and Maguire down to a 6.5 instead of a 7, purely because stuff coming into the box. Now I know Ollie has chosen to play bloody zonal, which I do not like zonal. If you're going to play zonal, have maybe 3-4 players max playing zonal, then the others have got a mark. everyone being zonal just doesn't work, man. You give the opposing side the drop on your defenders and then just run in like they do, move a little bit of movement and win. They've got momentum, haven't they? So that's why De Gea got a 6. Felt like he maybe could have done a little bit better with the first goal from the set piece. He got a hand to it, just not strong enough. But then saying that, if he did, there was 3 players in and around him ready to knock it in. Fred, give him a 7. Done well, combative, got around, determination, work rate, all that good stuff. McTominay given 8.5 with man of the match, best I've ever seen him play, as we've already said. Bruno Fernandes, quiet by his standards today, maybe, even though he got 2 goals and an assist. But Bruno's all action for me normally, so yeah. That's a bit harsh on Bruno, maybe. Maybe should have been a 7.5 because that's set by his own standards, though. Let's say that. Rashi had a bit of a quiet one today. So I'll give him a 6. Didn't really affect the game enough. He's had too many of those quiet games as well, Rashford, as I feel as of late. Daniel James done really well. Good to see him on the pitch. Good to see him turn in a decent performance as well. Give him a 7.5. Really glad to see him get a goal as well. It's been a while since he's been on the pitch, let alone scored a goal and had a good performance. So really happy for the lad Daniel James there. Martial 6.5. He affected the game a bit more than Rashford, but should have scored at least 2. So, maybe I should have taken that down to a 6.5, maybe being a bit generous there with Anthony Martial. However, we, as the Reds, got the win. Really, really, really happy. I just feel like we're on the right trajectory. Let's just say that much. We are on the right path. We are heading in the right direction. So there is cause not to celebrate, but to smile. Yeah, there is cause to smile, I would say, more so than there has been in a very, very long while. Just want to go back to that league table again, actually. As I say, we've got the game in hand on the teams that are immediately around us, but not forgetting if Man City win their game that they've got to play, saying at 11 on games with us at the moment with 13, which when they're 3 points behind us, but they've got worse off goal difference. But if they win their game, they're on 26 points. If Chelsea win their game, they're on 25. But it's on our own hands in terms of how high we can finish. That's what I can say. So, I suppose at the minute we just have to go as we are going. Very, very encouraging performances. Like I said, we won't get carried away in terms of talking about the league, winning the league. All I'm saying is we're heading in the right direction. We have to, for us to talk title, for us to talk winning the league, all that kind of good stuff, I believe we have to stop conceding so many goals. I reiterate, 21 goals we've conceded in 13 games. That is 3 more goals than Burnley have conceded, who currently sit in 18th place, top of the relegation fight. So let's not get carried away. Let's not count our chickens, but cause for smile. And yeah, saying that, let me have a look now. See, that dog is doing my head in, man. Making noise right on cue. Go back. Who's our next game? I should say when, not who. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what performances we churn out now, because we've steadily, increased. Burnley says Red 92. That's our next home game then? Is it next game away? Let's have a look, see if we can find that one. Sorry, my internet's running really slow because I'm running this stream now. My internet's going really slow. Just wanted to see our next few games. Anywho, I will say that I'm looking forward to, basically, I believe the run. That's what I wanted to check, the run of games that we've got. So Everton, we've got. That's in the League Cup though. Everton away on Wednesday. Then we've got Leicester away next Saturday. Then Wolves. Then Villa. So yeah, the next 2 league games are very tough in Leicester and Wolves, who are both playing decent enough football. Then we've got the big one. Well, we've got the FA Cup third round against Watford in between, but then the big one against Liverpool. 6-pointer against Liverpool. Come on! This is the one. This is the one. Liverpool's coming up. Listen, by then we could. I don't know. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say by then we could be sitting pretty top of the league. I'm not going to say it though. I'm not going to say it. Don't say it, Shane. Don't say it. But realistically, we've got our fixtures. They're not the kindest. Leicester away, Wolves at home. Wolves have always been a tough team for us to play against. Liverpool away, Fulham away, Sheffield United at home, Arsenal at the end of Jan, that is, away. But as I say, going forwards, we're going to have a few people on as well. Now that I'm back, loving it as well, we're going to have a few people on. Liverpool will be worried. I love that, Rushy. Liverpool will be worried, and they should be worried. As long as we're not conceding goals, that is. To be true title challengers, we need our away form to be as good as our home form. Exactly. Our home form was relegation worthy, whereas our away form has been title worthy. As Rushy says there, we do need to make sure that we're tying in our home form with the away form. Okay, let me put it to you, and I want you guys to throw it into the comments now. Then I'll give you my legit answer as well. Where do you think we're going to fit it? So what are we on now? The 12th of December. You know what they say, the table doesn't lie when it comes to Christmas time. Where do you think realistically we're going to finish end of this season? What position can you see us finishing this season? Let me know in the comments. I need to know off yous. Where can we finish? How high? How low do you go? No, just let me know. Let me know, because I'm intrigued. Because this season, I'll be honest with you, it's a bit of a strange one, to say the least. The amount of inconsistencies that so many teams have shown, or showing, I should say. If I go back to the league table now, so Liverpool, they've lost 1 game, drawn 4. Leicester haven't drawn any, but they've lost 5. We've drawn 2, lost 3. Man City have the next least amount of losses with 2 as well. So, everyone is drawing games, everyone's beating everyone apart from Liverpool. And Liverpool start getting their consistency under their feet, then, that's not good. Let's have a look, see what people are saying about finishing positions. So, Danny Hodge is saying top 4. What are we saying top 4 there, Daddy? Come on, man. Give me a decisive answer there, man. That's top 4. That's very, very inconclusive. Where are we saying top 4? What position? Rushy saying 3rd. Okay. Red 92 saying top. Love that. Okay. I'm going to say 2nd, That's what I'm going to say. Second spot. I could see us finishing. Because you look at it two ways. The team that wins the league normally has the best defensive record or scores the most goals. Right now, Liverpool have scored the most goals and have the 2nd best defensive record. Let me check it before I quote you. Against Leicester, 17. Tottenham, no, I'm way out. I think they're like... anyway, it's not Liverpool. They've scored the most. Let's just leave it at that. But league title, says Abdul Ahmed. Yes. Danny Hodgie says 3rd. Okay, so a lot of top 4. 3rd place. I've said 2nd. League title for Abdul Ahmed there. Love that confidence. League title. Champions 1st, says Red 92 as well. I love this. Listen, is this overconfidence from the people that are saying 1st, or is it that they're just living in the moment? Listen, if we go into the Liverpool game within 2 points of them, the pressure's on for Liverpool, and I think they know it. yeah, watch this space. Listen, I'm gonna be on Flying Pig channel tomorrow, so be sure to join us. I think it's at 6 p.m. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. That's Danny Hodgie, Rushy, Red 92, Abdul. Oh, bro, I missed one there from Mitchell. Liverpool make United look like Wigan Athletic. Okay, Mitchell, I missed that one. I did miss that one. Okay, Mitchell. So what? You're a Liverpool fan then, Mitchell? Is that what you're saying to me? Liverpool make United look like Wigan Athletic, bro. Okay. Yeah, you come with them lyrics, you know, Mitchell. Okay, okay. I missed that one. I missed that one off Mitchell, I must say. What are we saying, people? Do we look like Wigan Athletic? I don't watch enough of Wigan Athletic to. You're either a Wigan fan or a Liverpool fan. I'm betting you're a Liverpool fan though, yeah, for your sins. But yes, so I'm off work till the 4th of January. So I'll be doing a lot more of these and beyond when I'm back at work. Yeah, so much appreciated for you joining us, guys. Like I said, I'll be on Flying Pigs channel. We'll be doing a podcast tomorrow at 6 p.m. Tuesday, I'll be doing the preview. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, it will be Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I can get my dates right. Yeah, I will be doing a preview on Tuesday for the Everton game and a review straight after. I will look at doing some watch-alongs as well as we go further down. But yeah, guys, much appreciated for you joining me. I will see you tomorrow in Flying Pig and also on Tuesday on the preview. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care. Stay safe. God bless. See you in the next one, guys. Much appreciated.